Hello, my dear students. Stay home and stay safe. Today, we are going to start the new chapter friction. What is friction? The force which always opposes the motion of one object over another object in contact with it is called friction. I repeat again. The definition of the friction: the force which always opposes the motion of one object over another object in contact with it is called friction. Generally, friction occurs between the two surfaces which are in contact with each other. When we push a heavy box kept on floor, the force of friction occurs between the surface of floor and bottom of the box. In the case of a ball rolling on ground, friction occurs between the surface of ground and the surface of the ball in contact with each other. Next, friction is a from different explanation. You can say friction is a force which occurs when the two objects tends to slide over each other, and even when they are actually sliding over each other. Frictional force is a vector quantity which one has magnitude value as well as direction value. Magnitude value means 5 Newton. Suppose 5 Newton, 10 Newton, this one is the magnitude value. And after the direction, what is direction of the force of friction? The force of friction always oppose the motion of one object over another object. So the force of friction acts in a direction opposite to the direction in which an object moves. I repeat again, what is the direction of the force of friction? The force of friction always opposes the motion of one object over another object. So the force of friction acts in a direction opposite to the direction in which an object moves. Now you have to complete one activity 12.1. Everyone see. Place a book on the table. Give a push to this book towards the right side. We will find that the book moves through some distance to the right side and then stops. Since the book moving towards the right side stops on its own, no external force acting that time in between the books and the table. Since the force of friction is acting on this book in the opposite direction, which is opposing its motion and making it stop. When the force is applied by our push to move the book towards right side, then the force of friction acts towards left side. Now give up, push to the book towards the left side, that means opposite direction, left side. We will find that the book moves some distance towards the left side and then stops. Since the book moving towards the left side stops on its own, this means that the force of friction is acting on it in the opposite direction, which is opposing its motion and making it stop. when the force is applied by our push to move the book towards left side, then the force of friction acts towards the right side. That means from this activity you can say always the frictional force acting opposite direction to the applied external force. After that, what is cause of friction? What are the causes of the friction? Causes of the friction. Every object has a rough surface. Through the surface may appear to be smooth to the naked eye. I repeat again, every object has a rough surface, but the surface may appear to be smooth to the naked eye. When we see through a microscope, it is found that the surface of all the objects have rough edge. Some of the particles on the surface of the objects are in the form of the tiny hills, while other from the grooves. The tiny hills or the grooves on the surface of the object are called irregularity. You can see here in figure 12.5. Irregularity present on table surface as well as the book surface. When we try to move one object over another object, the irregularity present on their surface get locked with one another. The interlocking of irregularities of the two surfaces oppose the motion of one object over the other and give rise to force of friction. I repeat again, what is the main cause of the friction? Friction is caused by the interlocking of irregularities in the surface of the two objects which are in contact with each other. To move one object over the other, we have to apply a force to overcome interlocking of the irregularities in their surfaces. More the roughness of the surface, larger is the number of irregularities on its surface, and has greater will be the friction, thus the force of friction also. Now, factors affecting friction. The frictional force between the two surfaces depends on the two factors generally. Number one, the nature of the two surfaces. The nature of the two surface. That means smoothness or roughness of the two surfaces. This one is the first factor. Second factor is the force with which two surfaces are pressed together. I repeat again, the two factors on which the frictional force depends. First one, the nature of the two surfaces, that is, or that means smoothness or roughness of the two surfaces. Second one, the force with which two surfaces are pressed together. Now, dependency of friction on the surface of the two surfaces. Nature of the two surfaces, dependency of the friction on the nature of the two surfaces. Friction depends on the smoothness or roughness of the two surfaces which are in contact with each other. When two surfaces are in contact, are smooth then the friction between them will be small, because the interlocking of smooth surfaces is less. As the degree of roughness of the two surfaces in contact increase, the friction also increases. And number 2, when the two surfaces in contact are very rough, then the friction between them will be very large, because the interlocking of very rough surfaces in is too much. That's when frictional force will be acts very much or very greater amount when the two surface are much more rough surface. That time the interlocking force in between the two rough surface is greater. Okay students, next day we will discuss about the spring balance and different